Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a little bit of tree shopping with my good friend Kate. So Kate came down from Seattle. She is here. She is also helping me design that side garden. And today we are going to go look at trees for that space. I already have an idea in mind, and I already have some trees that we're going to be using that we didn't plant in the rest of our garden. But I did want to go out. I'm specifically looking for some evergreens. So that's where we're going today. We are going to Farmington Gardens, one of my favorite garden centers, and just see what we can find. But first, I am going to pick up Kate. We are going to grab coffee, and then we will head on over there. All right, guys, we made it to Farmington Gardens. Kate is already having a moment and is already trying to strike some deals, trying to get some plants sent up to Seattle. But today we're going to be looking for some trees for that side garden. Now, they don't have a ton of stuff out yet right now, but I at least want to walk around, check out their display garden and see what inspiration we can pull from it. But I already have a little list for you to look at. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So you guys have been here before. So this place is not, it's not a secret. You've seen it. I come here all the time. We did a tour with them. They don't have a ton of evergreens out right now. So what I want to do is just go see what they do have. And I know they're going to be catching a lot, or they're going to be bringing in a lot of new things. But they also do like wholesale. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to see what I can get. But let's go out into the yard and see what they have right now. Kate and I are just going to look at their dahlias because they did bring some in. Look at this, proven winners. Isn't that cool?
That's wild.
Oh,
I didn't know that. I actually really love Rocco.
Oh, Rocco's a good one.
Rocco's a good one.
I'm gonna get this one. That's a good one. Is this Rip City? Who is this?
Brigida.
Brigida? Okay, no.
Okay.
I thought it was Rip City.
I have Rip City.
That's a good one.
Do you need it?
I could take one.
What do you have? Tracy's.
Let me get one of those. I haven't had it in a while.
Pickled pink blend.
Here's my problem with blends, and I just talked about this.
I'm at the point where I want specifics.
I need to know the variety.
Yes.
And if I don't know, like I can tell you right now, this kind of looks like a little bit of a royal cafe au lait. This one looks
looks more cafe.
Yeah.
This looks like Otto's Thrill a little bit.
A little bit. Too much pink.
Too much pink.
Yeah. But this looks like a cafe au lait royal, so they pull more pink. But anyways,
but we want to know. We want to know. We want details.
Yeah, let's see. I think there's only these for right now. So what's cool about this place is they like fill up. I mean, it becomes really incredible how many trees and shrubs. Oh. Okay.
That was so funny. It was like, nope.
We're just gonna
you stay here.
Manually open that up. Okay. So let me give you the lay of the land. So this is usually where they have the evergreens on the other side, but I think they're moving them here, or maybe they're just that was a holding space. All of this is filled with perennials and shrubs.
Love it.
There's Maple Valley back there. And then we have some vines in this greenhouse and in the back. And then they have the most beautiful display garden that I want to show you.
Okay, and I'm also like roses.
Oh, no.
Do they get it in bare root?
They get so many roses. It's insane. They get bare root roses.
Okay.
This whole area is like hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of roses. Let's see here.
I already see like 8 million things I love.
Oh my gosh.
Are you going, so we're thinking something sculptural for that side yard, correct?
Okay, yes. So let's get into this.
Good. Good.
I want something that weeps. I'm really into weeping things, but I don't want it to get too big.
Okay.
Like 15 feet max.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 feet wide for that corner. And I'll pop up a picture for you guys to see.
Yeah.
But right where we have all of that wood, that's being moved. And I want to put something very beautiful and striking back there. The other thing I would like is a variegated dogwood.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Either in front or on the opposite side of that. Oh my gosh, okay. I think I see one of the trees that I was actually looking for. Bush's Lace Engelmann spruce. I don't know if this was it. 25 feet tall by 6 feet wide. What do you think?
This one actually caught my eye immediately.
Okay. Do you know why I like this? I like not when things just like droop over, but you can see the layers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
So like even when it gets full size, just look at the layering in that. Do you see how it's like boom, 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 boom? To me, that just looks interesting. But 25 feet, that might be a little too large for that side garden. It doesn't say how quickly it grows. So I can do a little bit more research. Takes full sun, prefers moist, well-drained soil.
Okay.
Hardy down to -40. So yeah, this would be, oh, I just love this so much. I don't know if this was the one. I'm looking for a tree similar to this. Maybe you guys will be able to tell us down in the comments. It's something like this. It's definitely a spruce, but I think the one that I saw in a previous video, which I guess I'll just have to go reference, was around 15 feet tall, which ideally is like where we would want to cap off that tree in that space. It's nice to come here when everything is full because you just get so much variety. I mean, you guys saw like what a magical space this is. Like when it's fully loaded with all of the trees. And even if we can't find trees here, we can go next door to the wholesale and landscape area and then we can find some trees there. So there's lots of opportunity, lots of choices. You're gonna see a Vanderwolf, Kate, and I just want you to calm down. Okay?
It's so good.
Yeah, this glauca is good. Japanese white pine, we have one of these. These are so beautiful. So if you guys are looking for a good dwarf variety, this is, well, to me, this is dwarf. 8 to 12 feet tall in 10 years.
Yes.
So very slow growing. We have one of these right outside of our shed. Do you work with these a lot?
I love a white pine so much. So white pines, I love them because of kind of the dynamic nature that they offer in terms of an evergreen.
Okay.
And for me, a white pine is so spectacular.
Yeah.
And it helps break up like kind of that mid-tone green that's just everywhere. Yeah, so I'm a big fan. Oh, I'm also a big fan here.
Ooh.
Korean fir.
You know, we never thought about one of these, but I've always
so surprised.
Yeah, because they're so interesting. I like the needle. I like how it curls in.
Yes.
It's just a very different texture than anything that we have in our garden. And let's see, this one gets, well, maybe that's why, 20 to 30 feet tall by 20 feet wide. She gets wide.
So can I tell you, my mom got one of these as a Christmas tree one year, and we had it inside the house, and it was glorious, and it is now planted in the backyard. And what's funny is we're actually creating a little bit of a white garden around it. So there's a white lilac, a double white. Okay. Just classic.
Yeah.
And then also this past year I brought in some variegated grasses, some miscanthus, morning light that has a beautiful white stripe going through it.
Okay.
And so it's like, I love it when I can play with white frosting of a Korean fir, white in the lilac, white striping in the grass, and you have just texture on texture on texture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're not afraid of the size?
No.
Like I'm usually not afraid of size because, I mean, you've seen our backyard.
You
full of trees.
Cram it.
Yeah.
You're not afraid.
We're not afraid.
You cram it tight.
We're not afraid in our space. Let's see, what's hiding back there?
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. This is a satellite Bosnian pine.
Oh, the
15 feet tall, 8 feet wide.
Okay, a Bosnian pine. I feel like it's going to get bigger than that. I mean, just full disclosure, I feel like she's going to get bigger. Okay. And a lot of these tags, they have like a time limit on them. So they'll be like, we've observed this for 10 years and this is what we know to be true.
Right.
However,
if you give it the space, probably it can get bigger.
Oh yeah. My mom also bought a Fat Albert blue spruce.
Those are, those
and
typically get bigger than what they say they do.
By the time we hauled it out, it was like 20 feet tall.
Yeah, don't believe the tag because I've heard that so many times that they do get bigger. Oh look, there they are, the Vanderwolves. Okay, let's stay calm. Let's stay calm.
We're staying calm. We're staying calm.
Let's see. These are definitely a pass for the space for what I'm looking for right now.
No, we want organic. This is very like pruned. It's precise. It's lovely.
Yeah.
But this is not the mission. It's not the energy too. Like this is gorgeous.
Right.
But the energy of the space is relaxed and lovely. Okay, right here.
These are nice. Okay, I have one of these.
Yes.
We dug it up. Wait, I need to get the name because I lost the tag. Slenderina blue spruce. Remember that, Claudia. Remember that. 12 feet tall in 20 years. That's nice. So we have one in a container that we dug up.
Okay.
And it's just hanging out there. So that is one tree that we can plant.
I feel like that's a very good match for the space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. A Louis Eastern White Pine. This is the one that we have in the front. I love this tree so much. I think it's so underrated. I don't see a lot of people having this in their garden, and I don't know why. It's such a beautiful tree. The needles are really nice. In the early winter time, like late fall, early winter, the needles tend to glow a lot more. Right now it's a little bit more muted. And I mentioned this in our recent garden tour video. They're very tight right now, but come springtime, these will all fluff up. And he just looks so cute. You know what I'm talking about?
She does pretty well in well-draining soils as well.
It does.
My assistant has hers on top of a rockery.
Okay.
And I thought it would need more moisture retention.
No.
Beautifully.
Ours is planted, I call it the tree island right in front.
Yes.
And you know how we did that? I don't think I've ever told you guys this little secret. There used to be a Cherokee dogwood in that space. We had our arborist come out. We had these 3 trees and we're trying to orient them the way that I liked. And he came in with a bunch of soil, mounded it, and planted the trees right into it. Did not dig a hole.
Love it.
Just mounded like a bunch of soil and planted the trees in it, and they are thriving. Isn't that crazy?
That actually reminds me of that's like no-till planting.
It is no-till planting. And you wouldn't believe it because it's like, I was like, well, aren't you going to dig? Like, I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
He's like, no, he brought in this beautiful soil and he brought a ton of it in and then just planted it up. And everybody was laughing. Like our neighbors were like, it kind of looks like a little tombstone. And I'm like, but watch this magic. And now it's like one of the beds that I admire the most. We have to connect it somehow to something else because I kind of feel like it's
Do you think so?
A little bit. Maybe because we want to do a hedge. So
okay, I have an idea.
Okay. Can I tell you guys something? Get yourself a friend that is a landscape designer and your garden will look beautiful forever. Because she will reel me out. She'll be like, no. We're not doing that. And she'll be like, we are doing this. So you're welcome. Yes. Find your friend in your circle. You got to have one.
Yeah.
Like this. Okay. You got to have a flower person, a landscape designer, a lawyer, a doctor.
Maybe an accountant.
Cover
your bases.
Cover your bases.
Yeah.
What else do you need?
Oh, a contractor.
A contractor. Yes.
Get yourself a contractor.
Yeah, get yourself a contractor and you are set for life. You're welcome. Let's see, this is another weeping white pine.
Yes.
Here's the thing. I love this tree. It did not survive in my garden. And I think it's because it was planted near the, towards the back of the fence, near the rock bed.
Oh.
And I think it just got way too wet. It did not like wet feet.
It needs, yeah. But
yeah.
Would you look at the cone behind you? Here's the deal. I feel like it's worth just for this cone.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, it came off. I didn't do it.
Okay. Not everyone has a good cone game like this.
Yes.
This is sensational.
This is beautiful. Okay, well, I'm taking this home. This is going in my pocket because it fell.
It jumped in your hand.
It was like, and I was like, okay, we're good.
Okay, it's fine.
But actually, somebody else did recommend a white pine. There's an area. It's kind of tight, but these don't get very wide. Well, 6 to 12 feet wide, taller if staked. But you know what? We can prune it if it gets too wide.
What's our max height on that?
This one, 3 to 7 feet tall.
3 to 7?
No, because mine got up to like...
Lies.
Mine was like over 10 feet tall before it died. Sure.
Have you thought of this for that area?
I did, but you know why I wanted something a little bit wider?
You want more chunky?
Yeah, you know why?
Obscure the fence.
Obscure the fence because our neighbors, and bless them, but they have like 3 or 4 sheds in their garden.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's their business, not mine. But they have, a lot of tools that they store in these like smaller sheds everywhere. So I kind of want to mask it a little bit. And I know we will with the new fence, but that is also the view right outside of our bathroom. So I don't want to see a lot of structures.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So but where I would go with this is plant it like in between something. You know what I mean? Like I would squeeze it in there.
Oh, it's so funny. I want to show this off because it's so sculptural.
It's so pretty.
And I want like tall grasses around it, or I want hydrangeas around it.
Oh. Maybe on the opposite side. On the opposite side. All right, put it on the list. And of course, here is the beautiful Vanderwolf. Can we just look at them, you guys? There's not one bad thing I can say about this tree. There's not one.
The striping is so pronounced on this.
Yep.
And this, you'll see like, it's still actually a little tight right now.
They are.
It hasn't fluffed out.
Nope.
It's like when it's cold in winter and it like, brr.
Yeah, just like this, you see? But it gets like this and even fluffier. Like even these little clusters of the needles get fluffier. It's like, and here's the thing. I will say that I have not seen good specimens like the ones at Farmington Gardens. I think Farmington Gardens has probably the most beautiful Vanderwolfs I've seen, period. I've gone to other nurseries. We know they come from Ishragi, which is like their mother, gosh, what do you want to say? Like their mother company, right? Ishragi ships all over the country. So if you are looking for a good Vanderwolf, ask your garden center if they carry Ishragi trees, because that's what these are. And they're beautiful. Like I can pull all of these out and I probably won't find, like, I'll like all of them. There's not one that I'm going to be like, not so much. So, Vanderwolf.
Now, have you ever gotten into candle pruning? Do you know what candle pruning is?
These?
Yeah.
So, yes, that's what we do to our, Vanderwolf.
Oh, love it.
So our arborist, which you guys will see a video with him here coming up. So Eduardo and I work really well together. Every year he comes, we kind of sit down, talk strategy. What do we want? What are we pruning more of? What are we pruning less of? Because sometimes he'll just go willy-nilly, he'll prune everything. And I'm like, wait, not that tree. I want that one to get bigger. But you guys also have to remember, the more you prune and shape a tree, the better it's going to do in the long run, especially if you have a young tree in your garden. And I learned that the hard way, because one year he pruned one of our blue spruces by the shed, and it was so naked, and I literally was crying. I was like, oh, it was so fluffy and like thick. But that following year, which is this year, it got way bigger. So like I have to tell myself that, like, it's going to be a little bit of a shock in the beginning, but it's going to look better in the end. But he comes in, he prunes the tips. And it's like, I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah.
Like, people don't think of that. But do you want to talk a little bit about it?
Well, candle pruning is really interesting. And what's fun is we have a horticulture program at Lake Washington Tech. These students actually come and help with setup for the show. And I've actually hired students from the program because they come out with beautiful horticultural knowledge. And so one of my former assistants, she would actually go to candle pruning days at one of the Japanese gardens in Seattle, and they would just spend days candle pruning. It is such an art. It's such an art. And I feel like people get scared of pruning.
Oh yeah, 100%, especially trees.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because it seems so permanent, but the more you do, the more you learn.
Yeah, and that's true. Like you really, sometimes you make a
Yep.
You know, and hopefully it's going to be in an angle that you're not going to notice that I've certainly made a lot of those mistakes on our Japanese maples, but I will say I feel very confident about pruning certain trees, but there are ones like our Vanderwolfs, some of our Japanese maples, that I really want to sit back and watch and understand the artistry that goes behind it, and not just the rules. We always think about the 3Ds, right? The disease, the damage, the dead.
Yes.
Basic. We all know that. But when you understand the shape of a tree and what it wants to do, that's when you can really be like an artist at pruning trees. I'm not there yet. But every year I sit out there like this and I'm watching Eduardo. I'm like, okay, like why is he cutting this? And then he'll tell me, well, because I want to open this area up. Because if you saw our Japanese maple 4 years ago versus now, you would think it was a different tree. Like we were just willy-nilly, like la 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 la. And he's like, it's gonna take a few years, but we're gonna get it there. And we're almost there. Like we're almost to where I'm like super happy with it. Definitely wanna open it up more. Want more light to come through.
Do you have it uplit at all?
We do underneath.
Beautiful.
And it's so pretty. Like we need to get better lights, but oh man, when that light just lights up and you just see the shadows,
yeah. I tell people all the time, especially if you have a small garden, lighting becomes that much more important.
Yes. 100%.
Because you have a finite amount of space you're working with. And when you're in the city, you really want to maximize every investment. And so if you have a deciduous tree, lighting is how you maximize the investment.
Because if you don't have lighting, you have kind of a dull garden. So you can have a bunch of deciduous trees, but if you have lighting,
boom, now you have sculpture.
Big difference.
Now it's double duty. It's plant and sculpture.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's why we're sisters.
Yes.
Why we're sisters.
I don't know what we're doing. Wait, do you do a hand hug? No, wait, a hand hug. Like this.
Aww. I don't think we found exactly what we're looking for you.
I think we need to come back.
This spruce felt very close. Like that felt very close to me. I think that you could go with something looser, but I understand your need for privacy and screening. So we could also take a look at how are we layering. Could we pull something more sculptural, more forward, and do something with a canopy in behind it?
Back.
Would your neighbor be open to having a canopy extend into their garden?
I don't think they would mind. I hope.
Those are always like nice conversations to have with your neighbor. And in fact, even when I'm starting on a project at a client's home, I'll introduce myself to the neighbor.
Okay. To let them know, hey, this is what we're doing. Do you mind?
I do. And because their roots come onto their property.
They do.
And it's not like we're not touching it. Sorry,
no,
go ahead,
exactly.
Go ahead.
But it's true, because I think this is where like living in a neighborhood, like in a suburb, can be really great or really bad if you have a good relationship with your neighbor. Because like we planted trees in our neighbors' yards because we wanted to complete that look. We asked their permission, of course. We told them we would maintain it. So you can't just plant it and like leave it willy-nilly. Like our neighbors know we take care of our things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that makes a difference. I'm not gonna just plant it and forget it. I'm gonna maintain it. I'm gonna fertilize it. We're gonna prune it. We're gonna watch it. And I'm gonna plant things that are not gonna be too invasive, you know, like with the roots. I don't want roots lifting up people's sidewalks and stuff like that. That I don't wanna do.
And so what you're saying is you don't want it to feel like a harsh line, but it feels like an extension, like there's a partnership more. Which I think is so beautiful.
Yeah, I just want to leak into everybody's gardens. I'm like, wait, this is why I give dahlias away. I'm like, here.
Yeah.
That way I drive home and I'm like, oh, there are my babies. There are my babies. So I have a problem buying plants. I just heard that you do too. Your driveway is full of plants.
Fact.
So thank you, Brian, for letting us know, because I'm not crazy. We're both crazy. But here's the thing. I buy a lot of plants, yes, and I don't always get to plant them, but our neighbors and our friends, they reap reward from me because I have given away. Not that I'm like rich to be doing this, but I have a big heart. So I'm like, here, take this, plant this, get this tree. You want this tree? You can have it. I'll get another. It's fine. I just like to spread that joy.
I tell people all the time, gardeners are not gatekeepers.
No. Oh, no.
We don't gatekeep.
No, not us. We share too. So if I have something to share, I will share.
You want a cutting? Boom.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Did you see that back there, by the way? This is not their full. This is not their full spread. I'm gonna leave this plant because I'm getting sap everywhere. This is not their full operation. This is just their back lot. Isn't that insane?
This is what gets me excited because this is the fun stuff that us designers get to see.
But look at that.
But like, look at this possibility.
All of this is going to be filled with plants.
Wow.
And then it just goes all the way to the end of the trees back there.
And all the way over here on this side too, are they growing?
Yep, it goes over here. And then they have a massive cut flower garden because they do their own bouquets.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, this is why you love this place. It's like everything.
Yeah, this is my family here. Like, I don't know that they know that, but like, I'm their adopted daughter.
Yeah, and you know what I think people didn't see is like Claudia walked in and everyone was like, oh, hey, Claudia. That was so funny.
That's either like really great or super embarrassing. It's like, okay.
You clock hours.
Yeah. Like, I just need a badge because I literally am here all the time. And anyways, let's go to the display garden so you guys can see. Oh, a nest! Oh, that is probably a hummingbird. Oh. Well, it might be too big for a hummingbird. Oh, that is so cute.
Oh, but it's so sweet.
And this is on a hydrangea standard. Look at that.
Oh.
That is so cute.
So cute.
Have you seen that recent like little short documentary on hummingbirds?
No.
This guy, I forget what he does. Sorry.
And I have to show you something.
Okay. Because you like hummingbirds. Did I tell you that my hummingbirds are my grandparents thing too. Do you know this story?
No.
Okay, my grandparents, the love of my life, grandma, and my grandpa, who passed away a few years ago, they used to sit in their garden and look at hummingbirds. That was their favorite activity. And after he died, my grandma was like swarmed with hummingbirds. And so now every time I see one, there's one that literally sits perched on one of our T-posts in our dahlia garden. So every time I'm out there, it's perched right there with me almost the entire time I'm outside. And I'm always like, hi, Grandpa.
Oh,
So when you told me you like hummingbirds, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. You want to see?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, I love that.
So there's like, yeah, these are my hummingbird socks, and they're actually made by a company. This was one of my birthday presents from Brian. This company, with every sock purchase, it gives back to a pollinator project.
Oh my gosh.
Is he so cute?
Yeah, we need to get the name.
So cute?
Yeah, we need to get the name of the company.
Oh my
I'm gonna
God. It's on the toe.
Oh, is it? Show me.
Oh wait, where is it?
Oh, okay, wait.
Conscious Steps.
There you go.
Oh my God, my feet are on the internet. Okay.
So here is their display garden. So they have this fountain that they've transformed into this beautiful planter. And in the summertime, they fill it with annuals. So it's like bursting with colors. But how cool is this? Like,
I'm a big fan of this, actually. Yeah. I'm a very big fan of this.
It's gorgeous. See?
This is this is actually a really great example of texture on texture on texture.
Yep. Beautiful.
The wire vine, the black mondo.
Yeah, that black mondo coming through.
That's so good.
I love that.
It's so good.
So good.
Oh, paperbark maple.
Yeah. I like that. This is really pretty.
Is this like a little bunny butt?
It is. It is a little bunny. They actually have a big one over there, like a little llama.
God, it's so cute.
So you'll find like little secrets. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that stunning?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That is a weeping Norway spruce. We have one, but ours is teeny tiny right now. I love this viburnum.
You know, okay.
I know it's kind of overused, but I love it.
So David Eye is interesting. I feel like it's ripe for a comeback. I think honestly the problem with it is that it got so overused because it is such a sturdy, reliable plant. But I will tell you, there are certain times where this plant just does its thing. Yeah. It's got a bloom. It's got a really awesome berry on it. It does. And then it's evergreen. So it's just ticking so many boxes.
And I love the leaf structures of these.
The leaf structure is great. And I actually love this. I have like design sayings, but one of them is trees need shoes. And so in terms of like a shoe for a tree,
this is a good one. Yeah.
It's a really good one. Do you see all these doves?
There's doves, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the doves in here.
Snow White magic is happening?
We're princesses.
I know people can't see this, but like Claudia has like petals falling on her and like seeds blowing into her hair. It's like, what's going on. Good.
What the Mother Nature is happening right now?
Well, I get a little bit of I do get a Snow White vibe that happens from time to time where people are like, it's fine. It's fine.
It's meant to be. These are apple trees back here.
I love it.
And it's funny because you'll walk through the display garden. Hot tip, if you walk back here, oftentimes you'll just see them kind of fallen and they're like the tastiest apples. So I'm always like, oop, put it in my pocket. Yep. They just roll down to you and they're fantastic.
So good.
So good. So this garden was like, it was put here a long time ago, but I don't know. It's such a like space that I love to come out and just hang out. And a lot of people don't come back here, and I don't know why, because there's so many good ideas.
This is a great nursery.
Yeah. No, Kate, this nursery it's fantastic. So pretty. Like you have to come back when things are full. You should see their pottery. It's insane. Insane. I want to show you the greenhouse real quick. I want to see if there's anything interesting in there. And they get amazing vines, like some cool vines I haven't seen before.
Raywood's Wheat
cypress. Wow. That's a cool
170. Texture. This is a substantial tree for 170.
Yeah, no, our nursery is like, this nursery is really well priced.
Yeah, and I was just saying like this, like arching through your big window, beautiful pot, fountain in front of it. Like it's so asymmetrical.
Oh, we know what? Yeah.
It's good.
Okay.
I like
that. We like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Camellias, I think, are also like underrated. I don't know. I understand they don't do a whole lot after they're done blooming, but they're such a good screen.
They're a great alternative hedge.
Yes.
They take to pruning really well.
Really well.
Oh, look at this. Okay. I love a Canjero. This Canjero I've used. I love them by a front door also because during the, if you get one that's winter blooming, it adds so much.
Yeah.
And also I feel like putting your winter bloomers by a door is just the proper place for them because you're not out in your garden.
No, you're not going to go across the way, all the way to the back. Although I am tempted to put one of these behind our shed so I can look at it from outside of our window. Curly Lady Camellia.
This is interesting to me.
Wow.
Look how, oh, it's got a bud on it.
Oh,
wow.
My God. Wait, what color?
What color? Pinkish red flowers open in early spring.
Oh, it's an early spring one. Huh. That is real nice.
This would be fantastic. Anything contorted like this, I love in a pot.
All right, guys. Well, I think we will end our tour here. I did want to go spend a little bit more free time with Kate before I have to return her. So I am going to do a little bit more thinking on which trees we're going to be buying. I do want to wait until they bring in some other trees because I'm not like in love. And you guys know me, I have to be like absolutely in love with something before I put it in my garden, or I'm gonna dig it up and give it to someone. You know how I am. So we're gonna wait, but I'm excited to see what they have in the next few weeks. So we'll come back to pick up our trees before we drop them in the ground after we check in with Kate to make sure it's okay. So anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.